Hey guys, so today we are talking night photography. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of our shoot. I'm going to share our camera settings, explain you why we are using these settings, show you some examples of our work, and I'm super excited because we are on one of the world's best places to do night photography. We are on La Palma, which is part of Canary Islands, and it's known to have the clearest sky because the government is really careful about the light pollution. So here is tip number one for night photography: try to find the darkest place possible. So go away from the city because all the lights really pollute the sky, which means that the stars are not so visible. And here on La Palma they actually use special lights that only point down in the ground, so nothing is lighting up the sky, and this is why it makes it a perfect place to do night photography and to watch stars. And as you can see, we are surrounded with observatories, so there must be something true about it. So this is why we drove away from the city, to go away from the lights. We are only surrounded with observatories that we are going to use as subjects in our pictures. So enough of the intro. Let's start. Okay, so we found a nice landscape. We used the night vision feature on Sony a7 III. If you don't have that feature, just crank up your ISO to the max. Yes, the photo is going to be grainy, but you're doing that to get the composition right. And I'm here with Renato Babic,
hey
my
guys.
really good friend. So yeah, let's take the first photo. So as you can see, the screen is pitch dark right now, and once we press to the night vision feature, it brightens up and we can then set our composition. We already did that. The horizon is leveled up. So what we're going to do now is take a test photo. The settings are 20 seconds of shutter speed, f2.8, so try to go as low as possible, and ISO 640. As you can see, the stars are slightly blurry on the image, so if you want to get tech sharp stars, we have to use the 500 rule. And what that means is that you divide 500 with the focal length number, and you get the slowest shutter speed that you can use, so 17 in this case. So now we are going to shoot on 17 seconds of shutter speed to get tech sharp stars. And if you don't have the remote controller, what you need to do is use a 2 seconds of shutter delay. And what this means is once you press on the shutter, after two seconds the camera will start taking picture, so you won't shake the camera and make the image blurry. So we had to leave the area with observatories because it's closing. It's okay, we're just gonna shoot it from the outside of the restricted area. And also the Milky Way is starting to pop out of the sky, so let's get some nice pictures. Okay, we are out of the private area and we found a super cool place, an abandoned building. So we're gonna position a subject with a flashlight on top of the building and hopefully get some Milky Way in the picture as well. We are doing some test shots now to set the composition, and then I'm going to stand there as a subject so Renato can take a night photo. Okay, so the place was not abandoned. A security guard came, so we had to go. We didn't know, and right now we are on the quest to find a new cool place. Another tip I would give you is regarding the focus. So right now Renato is grabbing the focus. Always do it manually. And a tip I would give you is zoom into the picture. All the newer camera models have that option. Zoom onto the stars to check if they are sharp. You can also use focus peaking if your camera has that option. And if you don't have any of that, what I would do is I would again use the manual focus. I would turn the focusing ring all the way to infinity and then slightly back, and in most cases everything should be in focus. And another hack that you can do is use the autofocus. Basically what you do is crank the ISO all the way up, so you get that ugly grainy picture, but what that will enable you to grab the autofocus. Then once the autofocus grabs the focus, turn it back to manual, and voila, you got the focus. And the last tip I would give you is decrease the LCD's brightness, because a lot of times what will happen is the image will look super bright on camera's LCD, but once you import it into Lightroom, it's gonna be dark. And that's just because the LCDs are set to so bright, so just decrease the brightness. This was a quick behind the scenes of how we do night photography. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.